Hi there. Today I'm taking a look at an orange wine from the Roussillon region and from one of the leading producers from Roussillon, Domaine Gauby. So this is Jasse Cotes Catalanes. It's a Muscat made with skin contact. Domaine Gauby, as I say, leading producer in the Roussillon region. Evidently, Gérard Gauby took over his father's domain in 1985. At that stage, there were 5 hectares of vines, and they sold all their grapes to the local cooperative. Today, with the work of himself, his wife Jasse, and their son Lionel, who's now the winemaker, they've built that up to a domain of over 40 hectares with some wonderful old, some 125-year-old vines, and they market all their own wines, and they make some of the top wines from the region. This is actually a Cotes Catalanes, which is it's an IGP that is the catch-all for that region, but the quality is not by any means at that level. This is a decent quality wine, certainly. The winery makes its wines biodynamically, grows its grapes biodynamically, and is very much into minimum intervention. So the wine is picked by hand. The juice macerates with the skins for 15 days in cement tanks and concrete vats, and then fermentation is allowed to occur with the naturally occurring yeasts. Malolactic conversion takes place, and then the wine is run into large oak foudre for a further 7 months aging. The wine is bottled without fining or filtration, so it makes it suitable for vegetarians and vegans. There's no animal products being used in there. So very much a hands-off approach to best express the terroirs that they're talking about of Calce. Evidently, the fruit from this for this wine comes from 2 vineyards, one of which has schistous soil and the other of which is more limestone. So there are 2 styles there being blended. The varietal blend, it's Muscat, but 80% of that is Muscat Blanc Petit Grand, and the other 20% is Muscat d'Alexandre. So a bit of a blend there. The wine, however, is mostly taking its style from the way that it's being made with the skin contact and that aging there. So firstly, beautiful orange colour. It's a really lovely, almost sort of amber, but there's a sort of a goldness to it. I swirl it. It's clinging to the glass slightly. It's only 12% alcohol, so that's the extract, the tannins there doing that, I think. So let's have a look at the aromas. The aromas have a sort of an oxidised, cidery note to them. There's something slightly volatile and high-toned about that. And then that develops out beautifully into a sort of an orange blossom and dried orange peel note. There's a lovely complex warmth to the nose, which actually, given the colour, if you're not expecting this to be an orange wine, it could be a bit of a shock if you're not used to the style. So let's have a taste, shall we? Yes, it's got a beautiful balance, actually. But there is that sort of slightly beery, cidery note that perhaps denotes a little oxidation. But looking beyond that, there's a tannic bite to the wine, which adds some mouth-watering elements. There's good freshness. There's a lovely sort of orange peel note. There are notes of rich peach, apricot, that sort of thing. There are lifted notes of orange blossom. They're almost honey notes, but it's completely dry. There's absolutely no sweetness in that whatsoever. And that's something that's accentuated by the sort of slightly mouth-watering bitterness of the tannin. tannins that are in that. The flavours are lasting for a long time, and those sort of dried orange peel notes, etc., and the lifted floral notes are accompanied by a lovely cut, and that will make this a fantastic wine to pair with all sorts of foods. I mean, I think soft cheeses would be a wonderful sort of flavour some goat's cheese or something like that would be a beautiful pairing with this. So yeah, a really interesting wine with some lovely balance and complexity, and yeah, something very different. I hope you find that interesting. Maybe you'll try the wine. Hopefully you will like and share the video. Do please follow us, and I hope you'll join us again. Bye now.